Do you do an introduction?
How's it going, Niah?
It's going good, actually.
Can I get you to speak down the barrel of the mic?
Yeah.
Like that?
Like this?
Perfect. Like it's a cock, basically.
Absolutely. I'm so used to being face-to-face with that.
So how are you doing?
Oh, this is so weird. I feel like I can't see you because there's like...
This big, huge mic in your face.
Yeah.
You can sort of like pull it around, so like this
Like
sort
this?
of thing. Yeah. How
now
does
I've
that?
got this in my face. Wait. How's that?
That's better.
That's much better fun. Now I can actually look at you instead of...
We're very
like...
professional, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I feel like a minor celebrity. Not like a Hollywood celebrity, but like someone who's been on EastEnders before and they've been invited to be on a radio show.
Would you be a celebrity? Do you think you'd ever become one?
I hope not. I used to think when I was like... Everyone used to think when they were like 15 that they were going to be a celebrity, you know?
Everyone would become rich and famous.
Yeah. We were going to be on Britain's Got Talent, X Factor, Love Island. I think we should have Love Island for mingers. Like...
For mingers?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you wouldn't
For
be on
ordinary
that.
people.
Yeah. But
no
do you think
celebrity.
people... What's that?
No celebrity.
Do you think people would watch it?
No.
No.
No. Because, like, that's the point of Love Island. We have to live vicariously through these people that are just really, really strange.
So now, obviously, you're going to Disney soon.
Is that what you want to talk about?
I want to talk about whatever comes to mind.
Oh, that's great, because I could talk about Disney for hours.
Well, we've only got an hour just to record this, haven't we? Are you looking forward to it?
I'm really looking forward to it. Shall I maybe give some backstory? Because I feel like
Of course.
I'm going to Disney doesn't really provide much info for people. But yeah, I'm going to work for Disney for their cultural exchange program in less than 3 weeks now. Like 2 weeks and I'm there.
It's 2 weeks today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I know, it's so surreal. So I'm going to be part of their like exchange program where this is so nerve-wracking because I've never been facing the microphone before.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
I feel like I'm at a job interview. I'm not very good at job interviews.
Well, clearly you are because you're going to Disney.
Yeah, that is very, very true. That was the most nervous. It was a really long interview process, actually. But I've just met my new housemate this morning. So thankfully, we got linked together. So we're going to be living together. And she's really lovely. She's honestly, we are like the same person. We both have the same problem with food where we want our food to be really overcooked so we know we don't get food poisoning. And I feel like we've really bonded over that.
So you'd rather it be shinobled as opposed to be undercooked?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have your steak well done?
Apart from steak.
Apart from steak.
Everything else. Like, chicken needs to be, like, dry as anything.
What about, like, your toast? Burnt to a crisp?
No.
Okay, good.
Just meat products that might kill me.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. So the importance, basically. Yeah.
But we really bonded over that. But she was very nice. We went and had a lovely day in Exeter this morning. And I'm on a podcast, which is strange, but I love it.
Well, I've been meaning to have you on since I started this. It was the second term, wasn't it? To get messaging backwards and forwards about doing it.
It's just because you love other people more than me.
Your words, not mine. Yeah. Well, it's crazy to think that you're going to be missing your graduation, but also the fact that we're graduating so soon.
I was literally reminiscing this morning about the day that we first met, and like I feel like we've really been on this journey. Is such a cheesy word to use, but it's true. Like I can't believe that we've stayed friends for this whole 3 years. We went to London together, like all these amazing things. And honestly, you are going to be my friend for life, Tom.
Oh, I hope not.
Fuck you.
No, in all seriousness, I was sort of thinking about the first time we met as well. When we it was outside the history, wasn't it? Outside film history.
That's the one.
It was your workshop, or was it my workshop? No, I came out because you were about to go in, weren't you? Mm-hmm. And then exchanged numbers, met you in the library. We talked about feet and foot fetishes and bondage and, normal things that people say on the first conversation.
Yeah. It was just two people having the best conversation of their lives. And like when Carla came, because I'm pretty sure I met Carla on the same day you introduced us. And I literally went off about like boys, BDSM, and she was like, guys, we're just meant to be friends. I'm so grateful I met you all.
Oh, I'm very grateful to meet you. To have met you as well,
It was all you, Tom. Like, technically, you approached first.
I don't know if I can take credit for it. I mean, you could have just told me to fuck off and, you know, call me a creep or something. But
no one's ever going to tell you to fuck off, Tom. You're too charming.
Oh, well, how much do I owe you for bigging up my ego?
That'll be £10, please.
£10.
That's quite cheap. Like a tenner for...
Just ego boosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So what did you do this morning? Because I literally asked you the question and then we both disappeared for a piss, so...
So, went for a run this morning. Then I was doing some filming. So we're doing interviews for my internship, which is funny because my internship doesn't actually require me to use any of these sort of skills. However, because I've got this experience with XTV and through my degree, I was able to offer that, you know, as a...
added bonus.
Yeah, exactly. So we did some interviews with some people about the software that we're looking to develop and stuff, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I remember when you were interviewing for the job and I was hyping you up. I was like, "You got this, Tom. You know it."
Oh.
But yeah, I'm pleased that you're getting to do something where you gain some more experience. And I think from what I know of you, your reasons for coming to uni is also about like networking, like building the working skills rather than just your like academic stuff.
Yeah, because I suck at the academic stuff, to be quite honest with you. I'm terrible. I'm hoping to get a 2-1. It will be quite a low 2-1, but a 2-1 is, you know, fine by me. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to be very happy with it.
Okay, so everyone's going to say you come to uni to learn, but honestly, I have learned so much more from uni than just like the academic. Like, okay, sure, I love my degree. It was important. It's the reason why I'm here. But realistically, I've learned more about friendship, people, relationships, networking. I have 2 ton of work experience to go on my CV now. Every time I walk somewhere, like, oh, I volunteer at the museum. Oh, I work for the university at the guild. Oh, all these other things I get to share with people just because I came here. I was president of a society.
That's so cool as well. Yeah, I can't believe it. You ran a cinema.
Wow. Did I do a good job?
Well, I mean, it didn't. You know, I'm pretty sure you broke even, didn't you, by the end of the year?
Actually, I think that year we was pretty decent. I was quite proud. I'm gonna go and sign my name in the cupboard just to leave a legacy, you know?
Yeah, damn. It's crazy to think that cinema's been around for, what, 50, 60 years?
Yeah.
Something like that. Mm-hmm. It's older, I want to say, than
you.
Well, I know that's quite hard at 24, you know, considering 50, 60 years old. Thanks, Niah. Yeah, that's
crazy. Like a day over 50, Tom.
Damn, if I look 50, I'm a bit concerned about what other people look like, you know. There's people that are younger than me that look older than me. I
still get ID'd to buy an energy drink.
So is that a good thing for a woman or is it a bad thing? Because I feel like what I've heard is guys prefer to look big. What is it? Think people blah, 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 English. Guys would like for people to think they're older than they are, and then women would prefer them to look younger, to feel like they're younger than what they are. I don't want to look like a child, though. I got ID'd for buying paracetamol in Asda, and she was like, "Oh, and how old are you?" And I said, "I'm 22," and she was like, "Oh, really?" Yes. And I just want to buy 2 packets of paracetamol in Asda, please. And she was like, "Oh, I might have to see your ID." I'm like, "Really? Really?" You think these would give it... Oh, I can't do that because we're on a podcast so no one can see what I'm pointing at. But never mind, you know what I mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
But yeah, maybe I'll start to look a bit older when I've left uni. Maybe I'll need to be in an adult world and be responsible for things. Says the person going to Disney where, you know, everything's magical. Yeah. I'm not going to grow up there.
How long does that last, the internship?
I will be back at the end of August.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's next for you after that?
I don't really know, actually. I was going to ask you the same question. I guess both of us are kind of in the stage where we're not really sure. I don't have any, like, my life dream was to work at Disney, and I can't honestly believe I've achieved that at 22. And I'm a bit scared, like, what if it's not everything I dreamed it would be, and what's going to happen afterwards? Like, I have to find a new dream.
There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like most people accomplish something, and it's, you know, they feel a bit empty after, but they want to look towards something else, don't they?
Yeah, I'm kind of excited as well. Nervous and excited to think about the future. I don't have any particular ties to anywhere. I don't have any particular industry that I must work in. So, but I'll figure it out. I got this.
I think you said you're looking to apply for that guild job, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Something in Exeter would be nice. I'm not ready to leave just yet, I don't think. I like the city. It's safe. Ish. Safe enough.
Well, it's funny you say that. Do you hear what happened 2 days ago?
Yeah, I do.
It's a nice little stabbing.
God. Yeah, which is awful. But I think that's kind of shattered the illusion of how safe and perfect Exeter is. But yeah, what about you?
So I got my internship until the end of July.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I'd just be looking for any job, really. I'd hope in something entry-level or graduate scheme into media sort of thing. I'm sort of waiting to hear about an internship with the Thornley team.
Oh, yeah.
Like a tech internship they do every year. There's also a guy...
That would be great.
That would be good. That would definitely keep me in Exeter.
That's a great, like, starting place as well. Like, it might not be that's what you want to do for the rest of your life, but it's a great thing to get started with.
Yeah, because
know everyone.
My thing for the next year would be just to save up a lot of money to then move to London or something. If that's where I want to go after.
I feel like with media, there's a lot more opportunities now than there used to be. Especially the past few years, it was all like London based, whereas I know that like Manchester is like a massive media hub at the moment. They have like Salford where they have the BBC studios there. Bristol's kind of up and coming for media, so there's definitely opportunities. I feel like at one point I had it in my head, oh my God, I have to move to London in order to find the best career in the entire world. But I think that's true. Whatever I end up doing, if I love the people there, I think that helps a lot.
That definitely does help. Yeah. I mean, I've done some jobs before that I completely hated doing, but the people absolutely made it more enjoyable. You know, working in a restaurant, I think the restaurant wasn't the best, should we say. You know, we'd always be short of food, short of stock. But the jokes that you could have and exchange with your colleagues is, you know, helps you going, keeps you going through it. Taking a piss out of each other, you know, teasing each other, winding each other up.
Working in a restaurant at a hotel, that was actually my first job. And sometimes I drive past it and it wasn't the best job in the world, but I actually kind of liked it. And there are skills and experiences that I learned there that, I don't know, who knows, that might help me at Disney. Every single day I served them their roast dinner at the hotel, and now I'm going to go do customer service in Florida. Well,
that's funny because my granddad, growing up, used to tell me how important customer service jobs were. And obviously when you're younger, you sort of don't really listen to your elders, do you? Like, nah, fuck that, I can't be that important, surely.
I did, but that's because I'm a golden child.
Well, that's because you're smart. And I remember when it was COVID, I got my first... Well, no, yeah, technically like my first customer service job that I really took serious. And that basically really taught me the importance of speaking to people and how actually beneficial it is towards your own, you know, life, really. Being able to come to uni and actually be able to talk to people, something I don't think I would have better done had I not worked at Tesco's.
And I thought you were the most confident person I'd ever met.
So is that 20 quid now?
No, I'll let you off on that one.
Thank you.
That was genuine.
Oh, thank you.
But I think you have great people skills. It's one of your best qualities, Tom.
Oh, well, I think I'm just very lucky that I've, you know, had good people that have helped me. You know, it's also nice that people, you know, sort of bounce back as well, don't they? They have banter and able to talk to me. Tesco's helped me quite a bit in a way. I think my biggest thing was deleting social media for a bit. In a way, that sort of helped me with having coming out my shell, because you can't really...
There's nowhere to hide.
There's nowhere to hide. You have to actually go out and talk to people. So.
Even when it's embarrassing. Like, I've now... And everyone who knows me would know this. I don't really have much shame anymore. Like, I will ask the questions I want to know. I don't really hold back. And I think I did a lot in high school. Like, I was a lot more anxious about what people thought of me. I really cared a lot about my appearance, and not like my physical appearance, like the way people perceive me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And now, I don't really mind. If you like me, you like me. That's great. If you don't, you don't. I don't mind. I'd rather be genuine. And it's not like, oh, I'm genuinely a bitch. That's not what I meant. I want to be, like, genuine and nice. Not like, I don't want that, like, being myself to excuse my bad behaviour, if that makes sense. You know how some people are, like, they can be unfriendly and they're like, well, that's just who I am. I don't like that. I still think it's nice to be courteous, polite, you know, friendly. But, yeah, if you like me, you like me. That's great.
That's a good way to approach life.
I think so. I don't think that means I've got the most amount of friends in the entire world, but I'm happier now.
I think it's quality over quantity, isn't it, though, really, with friendship.
Yeah.
You know, think about it. When you come back from Disney, you start working full time, how many people of all the people you know and all the friends you've made will still be in your life?
3.
3?
Yeah, I think so. You, Aiden. And Aiden's been in my life for a long time. We've known each other since we were like 10, so that friendship's never dying. And maybe there's a couple of people from my seminars that I would stay in touch with, or there's a girl who I went to school with. She lives in Nottingham. She loves Disney too, so we kind of catch up every couple of months. Those are the people that are there for me when horrible things happen, you know? They're the people that got you back. They're your true friends, and they'll be coming to my wedding that I won't be having because I'm not having a marriage. I'm never getting married, but if I did, they're on the wedding list.
Why are you not getting married?
Well, I don't ever want to get married. I just don't feel like... I don't feel like people stay the same, or I don't feel like I can trust that people would stay the same. And I know relationships are all about growing together and, you know, accepting the person for who they become. But I value consistency, I suppose. So I worry that in a marriage, they might become a different person or change, and I wouldn't be able to rely on them anymore. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. I don't know. I think that is a bit of a pessimistic way to look at it, to be honest with you.
Oh, it is.
I think even though like my parents have been divorced, you know, I still have high hopes for marriage. I'm pretty sure all the Swansers, I think it's like 3 or 4 uncles and aunts have all been divorced at least once, you know, and I still believe that marriage is one of the most beautiful things that can happen. I think that's because I got grandparents that are really huge role models for me in terms of their marriage, because they've been together for 40, 50 years.
That is
sort of thing.
pretty impressive.
Very impressive, especially by today's standards in a way.
I guess I don't have people that are necessarily like that in my life. Like my brother and his fiance, they've been together for 10 years. And I genuinely look at their relationship and think, how amazing is that? I think, I love it when I go over to their house. They're never going to hear this, so it doesn't matter what I say. I love when I go over to their house and, I'll stay in the spare bedroom. And at 11 o'clock, we'll go to bed, and I can still hear them, down the corridor laughing and having a joke in bed. And, they don't get on all the time. That's normal. That's, a conventional relationship. But even when they do fight, he just, will take the piss out of her, make a joke, and they're all happy and laughing again. And I love it. I love that when I'm just lying in bed and I can hear him, farting down the corridor. And it's absolutely disgusting. But they love it. I love them. He's an absolute wanker, and he's never going to hear this, so it doesn't matter what I say. That is genuinely what he does.
I think that's how brothers and sisters should be. They should be able to take the piss out of each other a lot. I love that. Oh.
So I have high hopes for their relationship. I do genuinely believe that they're very lucky to have found each other. I also think I worry about marriage as being a sort of legal and financial contract, which for me kind of takes away from the romance of it. The idea that you have joint finances, you have joint everything. And that scares me. It's what if one day something happens and they want to leave and I've got no money? Because I have those anxious worries and those anxious thoughts attached to marriage, which isn't a good thing. And maybe one day I'll get over them, or I'll find the right person. Things will be different, but for right now, I don't see it in my near future, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't either, because we're still, quote unquote, young. I don't know what age you'd want to have kids and be married.
I don't think I could really set, a time for that yet. I mean, I'm not in a relationship at the moment. I think it would be mostly just focusing on my career.
Yeah, same. I'm so excited to I'm so excited to do different things. And I'm going to Japan next year. I don't even know how I'm going to get there. I don't even know why I want to go. I'm just I want to go to Japan. And I want to have this job and I want to do this thing. So, yeah, the idea of marriage and children is in my mind, but I don't think it's close to the future, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah.
That does. I think it's something that people kind of rush too quickly, and then it backfires humongously.
People were concerned because my brother and his girlfriend had been together for 10 years and hadn't got married yet. Whereas I see that as quite a good decision. They did all they've lived together, they've been on holiday together, they've been together long enough that they both now absolutely love the career that they do. They feel really stable, they've got a house, and I'm that's the right time to get married. They know each other so well. But when you get married after 6 months, I'm
For Jesus.
I
know people, I think they've had kids after 3 months. So, you know.
Children are different though. Sometimes it happens, you know.
Yeah, but you should always wear Johnny, shouldn't you? Or, you know.
Tom's got some in his wallet ready. Every occasion.
No, that was my thing in first year, wasn't it? Do you not remember that?
Yeah.
Carla called me a fuckboy.
You're not a fuckboy, Tom.
No, I don't think I am.
You're too gentlemanly.
No, I feel bad for like leading someone on. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I couldn't do it. The idea, I don't know how personal the podcast can get, but the idea of having sex with a total stranger it's not for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've had casual sex before and stuff, but I've known that person sort of.
Yeah, you might have been on a date or chatted with them, or you at least know more than their name.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I think as we get older as well, like you sort of realise stuff like sex and intimacy is so important, and to share it with someone that you really care about and want to be with is, you know, one of the most fulfilling things you can have.
Especially if you're both on the same page as well.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you can have sex with the wrong person and it doesn't feel right at all. And that might not necessarily be that person's fault. It's just you're not compatible. And that can happen too. I don't know. I haven't given it too much thought for a podcast. Normally, it's funny because one drink in and I'm all about sex, kink, you know, everything. We can talk about nothing's off the table, you know, with taboo subjects. But I think as I've got older, I've kind of calmed down a bit.
Yeah, matured.
Yeah.
I think it's the word they use.
Mm-hmm. Would you use that word to describe me now, Tom?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I feel like when I first came to uni, everything's really exciting and I don't know what the right word is. I feel like you're let loose into the adult world for the first time. And I feel like I've kind of mellowed these 3 years and become a bit more, or I hope I've become a little bit more confident in myself. Aiden said to me the other day, he was like, you know, I'm really proud of you, Niah. You've kind of grown up and I'm really proud of the person that you've become and grown into. And I thought that was really sweet. I didn't see it as patronising. I thought it was
That is very sweet. Yeah, he's a really nice guy, Aiden. I do love him.
You're always going on secret dates with Aiden without me.
I've not been on a secret date with him for quite a while, to be fair to him. We used to go to the football secret dates.
And you had a pizza date.
What, in first year?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we watched the Tinder Swindler documentary, you know, as two straight guys normally do.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. And had some pizza, of course. We didn't actually finish the whole of it as well. He's probably still got to finish it on his Netflix. No, I did finish it, actually. I think I cheated on him and I watched it. I finished it.
Tom, how could you?
I'm terrible.
That was so out of line. Aiden will be so upset when I tell
He'd
him.
be devastated to hear this if he listens to it.
He might, actually.
To be fair to it, I don't think anyone actually really listens to it.
I listen.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I quite like it. Sometimes I'll put it on like in the evenings before I'm about to go to bed so I can just sort of chill out. It's quite nice. It's like listening to friends catching up. Which is literally what's happening right now. Thank you for
listening. I didn't really do it. I don't expect people to listen to it, to be honest with you. I just sort of do it for some different reasons.
Why did you decide to do it? So
it was more to improve my speaking because I sort of have a stutter a little bit and I wanted to develop that and get better at, you know, speaking on the microphone and like doing projects and stuff. Another reason was I used to always try and hide like me doing creative stuff and projects and stuff, and doing something like this and publicising it's quite, you know, quite daunting in a way because you think everyone's judging and everyone cares what you're doing, but no one really gives a shit. And do you know, doing this is actually quite fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
I really enjoy it. Obviously, there's the creative side of things as well.
You set up all of this like microphones or the setup. I have no idea how you've done it.
I wouldn't say I set this up. This is already set up by Thornley. They
take credit.
Well, they just tell you how to press the button and stuff. And that's better what I got to do. What was the other reason? I think it's because I like talking to people, and I think people have got something interesting to always say.
Most of the time, yeah. I think I kind of feel like the same way about the Disney job that I'm going on. I want to do like a vlog maybe of like what the interview process was like, maybe just doing some vlogs around the park and stuff like that. And it's okay, I don't expect many people to watch it because, you know, who's interested in what I'm up to? But I actually think it's going to be really fun. And other people who have done the program previously say it's a really nice way to remember everything that happened on the program because you're there for quite a while, and it's nice to have that memory that when you're a bit older, you can look back on and be like, oh, I did this. How amazing was that? It's that nice little bit of legacy for me, I guess.
So do you think you'll upload it once you're finished, or do like several parts to it?
I think I'll wait till I've finished and I've come back, and then maybe I'll do some editing on it, and I'll have a little vlog. I have a Disney Instagram account that I've just like literally started a few weeks ago. Just sort of hyping me up to go.
Yeah, well, you can plug it at the end of the episode.
Always. But it's not something I ever saw myself doing because I don't love social media. Like, I think like you, I found it not to be necessarily the best thing for my mental health, and I found it difficult in high school, I think, having social media. So I never got Snapchat when that was a thing, because that's for dick pics. And I don't like being in like big group chats and stuff like that. So, but I didn't see myself starting a Instagram account and being an influencer or anything like that. It is really just for me and my friends, because I don't want to bombard every single person on Instagram with pictures of me at Disney. Not everyone loves Disney. I get it.
What is it about Disney then? Like got you hooked into it?
That's a really good question. I must have talked about this in my interview, but I guess for me, I always obviously grew up watching Disney films. My brother, my mum, like that was the go-to. And I kind of dropped off of it a little while when it wasn't like popular and trendy. Maybe when I was like 9, 10, 11. There were like Barbie and other things kind of came out. And then I started watching it again when I was a teenager, and it reminded me of being a kid and how much I kind of like, what's a good word? I kind of like reclaiming that little bit of my childhood. It just makes my inner child so happy. And I feel like I deal with so many stresses and anxieties of like adult life. It's really nice to be able to switch off and watch something really wholesome and just be like, so relaxing. And you know everything's going to turn out all right in the end. And I think a lot of the messages, they are really important to me. I don't know. I think I would have been a much more or a lot different if I hadn't have grown up with those films. Yeah.
Favourite Disney film?
Oh, easy. It's always going to be Peter Pan. It is the absolute escapist's dream.
I think mine would be Bambi.
How? It's so sad.
It is so sad, but I remember watching it as a kid at my grandparents' on the older videotapes that they used to have. I used to always watch that. And I think it's when his mother gets shot, I used to always like cry at it.
I'd hope so. Otherwise, if you didn't, it'd be a bit worrying.
But I think I don't obviously enjoy it for that part. I enjoy it more for the memories of the people I watched it with.
Mm-hmm. Like my, I think my nan really loves Disney as well. And like you, we had the videos. And I was very lucky. My parents had saved a lot of money. When I was 13, my mum and dad were like, we're going to take you to Disney World. Like, we know it's a massive big deal. We took my nan and granddad, and my granddad has very, very developed dementia. So we took him to Florida with us, and it wasn't the easiest thing to navigate, obviously, with someone who's got issues. But it was really, really nice to be able to have that family holiday, and we have so many pictures, so many memories, and my nan loved it. Like, she got her autograph book, she went and met all the princesses and all the characters, and it's something that she probably wouldn't have ever been able to do when she was a child. So to be able to see my nan who, oh my God, I feel like I'm going to get emotional. To be able to see my nan who just has a really hard time with my granddad, not through any fault of his own, you know, you can't help having dementia, but it was just the most amazing thing. I took them on a roller coaster, and my nan she looks mental on it. Like, her hair is all like flying back behind her. It was like, don't go on this ride if you have a heart condition. I'm like, no, it'll be fine. Come on, Nan. And we went to like water parks, and I don't know if my nan dressed necessarily appropriately, but she looks like, we call her the gangster of SeaWorld now, because she had like a poncho on, her sunglasses.
Oh God.
It was so funny. And it's things like that make me love Disney, because I think it's a real family place, and it just brings back so many memories for my nan and granddad. So I guess that's why I love it as well.
Oh, that's sweet. I do think things like films have such a good fulfillment and joy from them that they bring to people with the memories that you have. Like for me, it could be watching Shawshank Redemption with my family, eating pizza and Domino's and stuff, something simple like that. Or when we watched some Halloween films last year. What did we watch? Was it Coco?
We watched Coco.
Yeah, and I remember Carla, bless her, sitting next to me, bawling her eyes out, sort of thing.
I like things that are wholesome. I think it's sweet and it's nice and it's kind and it's so gentle, and I just think, like, it's just so distressing for me, I guess. Is that the right word?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the right word,
I think so. But I think a lot of people ask me why I love film, and it's for the same reason. It's about those memories that you create with people, definitely.
Yeah, I think studying it was, I wouldn't say challenging, I would say more boring. That's just me being honest.
No, I get it, yeah.
There were some parts I did love, the war and visual media module that we did.
Going on the London trip.
Going on the London trip, don't forget that. Sharing a bed with Will.
Highlight of your life.
Highlight of my life, indeed. What else was there? There was film. I did enjoy parts of film history. There was not the French one. It was what was it? The Japanese.
Yeah. You really like those films. I remember. Oh God. Is it Sancho of the Baylor?
Yeah, Sancho Data for something like that. Yeah.
I was absolutely butchering the Japanese film titles.
Because it was Kurosawa and what was his name? Anyway, yeah, the famous Japanese films of the 50s and 60s. If anyone
listening wants to know, just go look at the module.
Yeah, it's on Ellie.
But yeah, what would you say your favourite moment from uni? Oh, that's too hard to pick out a favourite, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are some top moments for you?
Top moments.
He's thinking hard, guys.
Yeah, I would say going to the beach with friends, that's quite fun.
I remember when we went to Dawlish. That was actually quite a good trip. That was funny. I like that trip. I remember Troy got chased by a bee. Do you remember that? Or were you asleep?
I might have been asleep.
That was funny. He proper freaked out, bless him.
Yeah, what else? There's loads of things. There was some of the stuff I did last year.
X-Media balls.
Oh, all the balls. X-Media events last year were absolutely amazing. I was saying to my friend yesterday, what has your favourite year of uni been? And I'd always say my second year of uni. Would you feel the same?
I think mine's my first year of uni.
First year?
Yeah, everything was like exciting, and I just met like you guys, which was great. You were honestly, our little group in first year was the best friends I've ever made. Like, I have never felt so like accepted by other people. And I was just so excited to do all the things that I like after being in COVID. It was just really nice to be back in the world again. So I just remember feeling like that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Partly probably because of COVID, we'd been shut in for so long that I was just excited to be like, oh my God, I'm around people again. But also partly because the friends I'd made I loved it a lot.
Yeah, I will miss it.
I'll miss it.
But I'll look for it with gratitude as opposed to being sad. Obviously you'd be sad it's over, but you got to be grateful that you've been able to experience this.
I am, yeah. And I'm excited. I'm going to Disney. Like, how can I be sad?
Fucking Disney. That's sick. That is amazing. I'm very happy for you.
Thanks, Tom. I'll get a Disney character to do a graduation video if you like.
Really?
Yeah, of course. I'll get them to all say happy graduation to Tom. Who do you want to speak to?
Darth Vader?
Absolutely. It's on. I love the Star Wars world at Disney. It is unreal. I wish you could see it.
Because it's Florida you're going to, right? Yeah.
It's going to be hot.
Yeah, I'd say the suntan you're going to get is insane.
I'm going to come back beautiful. I mean, like, beautifully... I meant I'm going to come back beautifully tanned. But, like, yeah, I honestly, it feels surreal. I never thought it was going to happen, ever, in my life. I thought it was going to be something I was going to work towards...
for the rest of your life.
For the rest of my life, yeah, in order to achieve that goal. But, yeah, happened already.
That is crazy. That is, yeah.
What's your, not what's your life goal, because that's quite dramatic, but is there anything that is a dream for you in the next, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years?
Probably travel a bit more.
Anywhere in particular?
Do you know, I haven't got anything. I've got some countries on my mind at the moment, and I'm organising some trips.
Come to Japan with me, dog.
Probably not Japan, that's quite expensive.
I'll make it cheap.
South Korea next year.
Sorry, you're gonna go to South Korea, but you don't want to come to Japan.
Oh no, funny. We are gonna go to South Korea, and Sunwook, who said he would take us, is looking to fly. Like, he said we can go to Japan as part of that tour.
Japan.
So that'd probably be September 2025.
I'm not doing anything September 2025. I'm not doing anything past August 2024. I got no plans. I got to pass my driving test, but other than that, I got no plans.
Yeah, that's obviously get that done as well. Going to Madrid to see Carla. That'd be nice. Going to see a friend in Norway because she graduated last year.
That's a great thing about uni. We've collected so many international friends.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. Very lucky that I've been able to do that. Maybe go back to the Netherlands again. I did enjoy it when I was there.
You can come visit me.
In Florida?
No, in Somerset.
Oh, I think in Florida, I was like, I don't think I have the money for that. I don't think you have the time for that.
You've collected all these cool countries that you get to visit, and I'm like, well, Somerset. I can offer you Somerset. We've got cheese and cider.
Well, I think
and you don't even drink.
I would prefer that over Birmingham still.
Yeah, I mean, when you texted me about Birmingham, I was like, well, I could have told you that, Tom.
Do you know what? Part of it, yeah, most of it was a bit shit, but not all of it was shit.
Oh, good.
You know, there was some parts that were quite nice.
Just what people from Birmingham want to hear, Tom.
Yeah, but I think people in Birmingham notice shit as well.
I mean, not many places in England are lovely. I'm looking forward to going to Oxford to visit Aidan, actually. That'd be really nice.
That would be good, yeah.
Yeah. There isn't much to do there, but... Oh, actually, Aidan said we could go to a nice, like, rich people's dance and dinner thing.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe I'll meet a surgeon.
Maybe, yeah, there you go. You're organising your wedding already.
Yes. Or a member of the royal family. Oh, for a member of the royal family, definitely get married.
Why, is it just for the money and the status?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you can't deny it. If a prince came up to me and were like, do you want to get married? Well, I want to be a princess, so yes. That's it. You have to be Orlando Bloom, Adam Driver, or a prince, and then you're on. Could you fulfill any of those, Tom?
I'm afraid not. I don't think I'm any of those beautiful people.
I have to say, I kind of forgot how much I This could sound terrible. I watched Pirates of the Caribbean the other day. How fucking good is that series? How freaking good is Orlando Bloom?
I think the first one is probably my favourite one.
I was watching the first one. Like, I haven't seen these films since I was a kid, and the rewatch does not disappoint. I'm hyping myself up for Disney. I'm watching as many as I can. And I was like, do you know what? Pirates of the Caribbean, it's coming back.
Is there ever a film that you rewatched from your childhood that makes you still cry?
That makes me really proper cry?
Yeah. Or not proper cry, but like tear up and stuff.
What's a film that makes me cry? I wouldn't say it's from a child. Oh, Up makes me cry every time. You know the new Pixar film Luca? It's not new anymore, but it was.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, that makes me cry. That is such a beautiful film. Nobody else understands me, Tom, but I think it's wonderful. There's Vespers in it. Like, how can you not love it?
What's a Vespa?
Like a moped.
Oh, them!
Yeah,
oh,
them.
little scooter.
Yeah, they dream about one day buying a Vespa. Like, what a lovely, wholesome dream for these two sea monsters to have. You need to watch it. That can be your dream, Tom, to buy a Vespa.
Get a Vespa.
Yeah.
Well, after that, I can just, take my own life. I've completed everything.
Life goal done. Once you have a Vespa.
Sorted.
Yeah. What else makes me cry? I guess something that I always return to every couple of years to watch is Holes. And I don't know why I watch that film all the time, but I guess I watched it in, like, middle school, in, like, year 6. And every year I watch it just to, like... I don't know. Something about it. I like consistency, you know?
I've not seen Holes,
You'd love it. It's so good.
I think you're right about Pixar. You're right about Up, though. That's a good film.
Every time.
Yeah. What part is it? The intro? Or is it the intro? Yeah.
It's just so fucking sad, Tom.
Well, that film inspired my film for my dissertation,
How, or when did you screen that, your film?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah. Tomorrow evening.
Cool.
So once it's out, after that it'll be I'll upload it to YouTube. So I send it over to you if you want.
Yeah, I'd love to watch it. I'd be excited. How long is it?
8 minutes. 8 minutes 15.
What was the maximum length it could be?
So you get 8 minutes runtime, but obviously you got 10% of that either way as well.
Just like the disses, you get like a bit extra.
Yeah. Basically.
Cool. Oh my god, I can't believe I finished my diss. The relief.
We've not even spoken about this, have we? Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that we're
really.
finished. Well, with that, we talked about graduating, but the fact that we've actually finished, handed all our assessments in.
All that work, and it's just, I don't know, it feels like the 3 years is over in a blink of an eye. It sounds really cheesy as well, because there are times in second year where I was like, God, this year is never going to be over. It just, everything feels so long. And then I think I was watching Lady Bird when I kind of came to this conclusion. You know, have you seen the film Lady Bird?
No.
Okay, giving you a rundown. But towards the film is kind of slow paced, and then the very end of the film is like a quick 10-minute montage of the entire summer, and it's like we'd seen all the days sort of play out quite slowly, and then suddenly at the very end of the film it's all over in a blink of an eye, and that kind of replicates how I feel, and I totally see what Lady Bird was going for with that. Yeah. And she just sort of drives around her hometown, and she finds a new appreciation for it. And I was kind of hoping for that moment. You know, if I'd passed my driving test, I could have driven around Burnham before leaving for Orlando and reminisced and had my movie moment. But never mind.
Alas, you have to wait. But you'll get it done. You will get it done.
Yeah, I will. I'll get that one day. But yeah, Hill starts. Not my friend.
Have you actually spoken about it? Like how I know you texted me saying that you failed on the Hill start, but have you actually spoken since?
No, not really. It's not really much to tell. It actually didn't go that badly. Like, the first time I did my driving test, it was diabolical. Like, don't get in the car with me. But the second time, I just couldn't get the hill start. And that was, like, in the first sort of 10 minutes of the test. I knew I'd failed. And I was like, I turned to the driving examiner. I was like, well, obviously I know I failed. So should we end the test now? And he was like, well, you can if you want, but then you'd be walking back to the test centre. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to carry on. And the rest of it went fairly okay. So the manoeuvre was easy. I just had to reverse 2 car lengths back. Nailed it.
Wait, what, in parallel parking?
They have this new, I don't know if it's maybe changed from when you did it.
Pull up on the left or pull up on the right?
Yeah, it's like pull up on the right-hand side and then reverse backwards down the road.
Ah, yeah.
That was easy, that one.
Yeah.
You haven't driven since I've known you, I don't think.
Not driven since I passed.
Have you not?
No, I passed August 2nd, 2020.
Do you still remember?
Yeah, I sort of do remember. I think I would be a bit rusty, you know, using a car that I've not driven in, of course. So I would probably have to get like a refresher or something to learn how to do it again. To remember, to remind myself. It's like riding a bike, isn't it, sort of thing? You sort of...
Well, I hope so, because when I come back to Florida, I'm going to give it another go. So it better be like riding a bike.
Don't give up on it. That's what I'm saying.
I won't. If I get to 30 and I haven't passed, then I'll worry.
I hope my mum was in her 30s when she passed.
So was mine. But then my mum lived in London, so...
Transport was always there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always available. Have you got a car?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's called Corey. The Corsa. It's like one of those proper, like, sixth form, first car kind of... You know which one I mean.
Yes, I think I had a label for it, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
The other day.
One we probably won't share online.
Yeah, let's probably not do that in case anyone...
Might get demonetised.
In case, well, yeah, the monetisation that I don't get anyway. But I feel like maybe an employer listens to this, they're probably thinking, okay, this is...
Well, you've already talked about sex, so, you know. I feel like that's an acceptable thing to talk about.
True. Very true.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
So when is your... You said speaking of employers, so you said you applied for the job in, the tech job? Did you apply for it, or are you just thinking about it?
Tech job.
The one at the place that I can't remember, Thornley?
Oh, it's not actually been available. They don't know if it is going to be available.
Oh, right, okay.
That was the thing.
You just talked about it.
Yeah. As like it's something that they've done this year and for the previous years, but the guy, JP, who runs it, doesn't know yet if it's going to happen. So I keep asking him every time I see him. So... keep pestering him. Then there's the a job that a guy I work with. I know the guy I go to gym with, Colin. He offered me. Well, hasn't offered me, but
you've talked about it.
Yeah, he spoke to people in his team about potentially trying to get me a job where he works, basically.
And what does he do?
Good question. It was something to like overseeing a budget for a company, a tech company, basically. Sure. So.
Job's a job.
A job is a job. Yeah, and do you know what? If it falls in line with me being able to save up a bit of money, you know, I'm happy.
Then you can go to Japan.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, from South Korea.
Right, okay, fine. Go South Korea, then we can go Japan. It feels weird, though, to not have any plans. Like, my entire life has always been, for the most part, like, one big plan. And, like, to just be presented with the future feels kind of like strange. I guess I'm always so organised and Do you know what I mean? I feel like we're both quite organised people and planners.
Yeah, but I think there's things you just can't plan for, is there really?
You can say that twice. Things really do come and surprise you.
They do indeed. They do indeed.
I think there's been times, especially when I was like with someone else, where I've been thinking that's how my entire life is going to play out, and this is what I'm going to do. It's going to where I'm going to live, and I do appreciate that things change, and I think I've come to become more adaptable and flexible, and kind of thankful for it because I'm going to Disney. If anyone didn't know already.
Where are you going again?
I'm going to Disney, Tom.
Oh shit! I had no idea.
I fucking told my pharmacist yesterday that I was going to Disney.
What did they say tonight?
They thought it was the most amazing thing in the world.
Oh,
it's very sweet though. But I guess there has been times where not everything is planned out. Like I didn't even think I was going to come to uni. If it hadn't been for Superdrug Lady, my whole life would have been different. So
what did she say to you?
So I actually had a job offer in Cheltenham. In my what would have been first year, in August, to go and work for a digital marketing company. It was an apprenticeship, and I was prepared to take it. I'd done like a week's worth of training online. I was like, I can pack up and move to Cheltenham if I need to. I can commute for a little while. I'll do whatever it takes, and I'd had loads and loads of rejected job offers before that, lots of programs that were cancelled because of COVID. Like, there was an ITV job that didn't go ahead because of COVID, the BBC, Channel 4, you name it, I applied for it.
Wow.
And I had so many interviews. Like, I think for the ITV one, I'd done 3 interviews. Channel 4, I did 3. And, some things don't work out. So I was like, okay, I'll take this digital marketing job. I got to do something with myself. And I just felt so conflicted. And I had my offer for Exeter Uni. It was my unconditional because I'd taken a gap year during COVID. And I was just so upset about it. And I was in my mum's shop in the florist, and this lady came in, and I said, look, I just need some... She noticed I looked a bit upset, and she was like, oh, are you okay? And I was like, I really just need some impartial advice about what to do. And I explained to her, I had this offer, I had this job offer, what should I do? And she was like, well, I can't tell you what to do. And that's fair. No one can tell you what to do. And she said, but I can tell you about my experience and my life. And she said, I wish I had taken the opportunities that had come my way when I was your age. And I did have an offer to go to university, but I was too anxious to take it. And so instead I took a job because it was my anxiety about being surrounded by new people and having to potentially live in a different place, having to study something that I might find challenging. And she said at the time, the easier option felt like going for the job. And she said, if that's how you feel, then maybe uni is the right thing for you. And she said, I really wish I'd gone to uni. And she goes, I'm really happy now. I have a lovely family and things have worked out how it has for me. And I was like, that's really nice. And thank you for the advice. And that night I accepted my offer at Exeter Uni.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That
and
really
I saw
is beautiful.
her again. I'd never seen her ever again after that. And literally a few weeks ago, I saw her just on the street in Burnham, and I was like, oh my God, I recognise you. And I was like, you gave me this advice. I went to university and I loved it, and now I'm going to go work at Disney. And she was like, I'm so thankful that you've come and told me this. Like, she was just like, I was just giving you some advice at the time, and I never thought I'd see you ever again. And I don't know, it just felt really nice to be able to tell her that.
What was the reaction on her face? I bet she was beaming.
Yeah, she was really happy that, I guess, that I'd come back and told her that it ended up quite successful. Uni hasn't been, oh my God, it's been the smoothest journey of my life and everything has turned out wonderfully. No, there's still been things that are stressful, relationships, friendships, work, things aren't perfect at uni, but it has definitely been something I'm not going to regret.
Good. Absolutely. Yeah. That's good. I feel like it's, you could either look at it like that, what you've been through, or the possibility of three years of a job that you just completely hate or something.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that job was for me. I was just taking it because I'd had so much rejection and the job felt safe. It was like some of it was online. There was a really small team of people, and I was like, I won't really have to interact with many people. And I just didn't feel very confident at the time in myself. And now I do, I think.
And now you're off to Disney.
And now we're going to Disney, if you didn't know. Fucking everyone knows. People who work in my local Tesco's, they know I'm going to Disney. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to get a badge. I don't know how people know. It, like, things spread in my small little town. Like, one of my friends thought I was leaving for life. I was like, babe, it's okay. I'm coming back. I mean, I don't think I could move to Florida for life.
No. How much you got to pay to fly over there?
I think my flights were like £800 return.
What, there and back?
Yeah.
That's not actually as bad as I thought.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I've heard people have had to pay or have been charged up to like £1,400 to fly just for a single there.
That's insane. Yeah.
Not for Florida, but like parts of the States.
Yeah. I remember Aiden wanting to go to Chicago, but they were outrageously expensive. Yeah. But it's not too bad. I'm flying from Manchester, so I'm going to hang out with my brother for a night. I'm sure he'll love that.
Well, I mean, we spoke about earlier about what you think of him. So.
Oh, yeah. But
have you guys always been close?
Oh, no, absolutely not. There's quite a big age gap between us, so there's like 8 years. I don't know how big the age gap is with your siblings.
So between me and my younger brother, 6 years, and 3 years between me and Amy.
Yeah, so it might be a similar kind of relationship, but I still very much felt like a child, and he moved out at like 17, 18, like he wasn't really in my life very much. So we have different dads. So I guess I didn't know that when I was a child that we weren't full brother and sister. So I never think of him any differently. But because there was such a big age gap, he had definitely at different stages of our lives growing up. We used to fight all the fucking time. All the time. We fought over a trampoline, like everything. He never used to let me play on the Wii. Like he'd play on the Wii and make me watch him play on the Wii. And that was supposed to be our like activity. So I got really good at watching Mario Kart.
I feel like that's not really a skill you can take, you know.
It's not going on my CV, no, that's for sure.
Top of the list right there.
I'm great at watching Mario Kart. What is on your CV?
What, job-wise?
Or like just skills, what sort of things about yourself do you think that are your best qualities? This is a proper job interview now.
I'd say being on XTV for station manager for 2 years definitely is like second from top. Top is obviously my internship at the moment, my job at Tesco's, my work with the guild, that sort of thing.
Are you doing any more of the like trips or anything like that?
Funny that, I forgot to ask you. I'm doing 2 trips, not 2 trips, but a trip and like a normal, like a day thing.
Yeah.
Not this week, but the next Friday and Saturday.
Is that the open days?
Yeah, open day on the Friday.
I haven't actually checked my shifts, so I'll have a look.
Yeah, because it's like an 8:30 till 5.
That's at St. Luke's, right?
No, that's 8:30 till 4:30.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, but the 8:30 till 5 is at Streatham. Then there's the Saturday. I forgot where we're going, but it's like half.
Is it Croyd?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's like 8:30 till 7, half 7.
I did the trip to Woodbury Common a couple of weeks, 2 weekends ago. I did that one, and then we were supposed to go to Lyme Regis, but the bus was cancelled.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. Oops.
Oops, indeed.
Yeah. So that was a bit disappointing, but it's all good now. But
what was it like? The trip?
The trip to Woodbury Common. It was lovely. I sat under a tree. It was boiling hot, and me and Gemma gabbed for like 4 hours. Oh, if you get to work with Gemma, she's so lovely, by the way. Honestly, like she is, Jack Barry's girlfriend.
Oh, Gemma. Yeah. Oh no, she is lovely.
Yeah,
she
lovely.
is.
To be fair, like most people that work for the guild are really chill. They're really lovely. So I love going on the trips and doing the shifts.
Are you going to the dinner next Wednesday?
No, are you?
Yeah.
See, I didn't go, but I'll tell you why I didn't go when we're not on a podcast.
Yeah, fair enough.
Talk about that one another
time.
time.
I think you have told me actually. Yeah, I think I've asked you before.
Also for the ball for the summer ball.
2 weeks yesterday.
Yeah. All organised and planned.
Yes, got to do some. Print out the awards and stuff for obviously the societies.
Are you winning best ex-media person in the world award?
No, I don't. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't give that. I give myself an award. The only award I had to give myself was best Movember mustache. But that was either me or James Allen. And James, bless him, I love him, but he didn't really have a tash.
I did remember the tash.
Yeah. What did you think?
German porn star.
German porn star. Okay. Yeah. So I've had a range of
plumber.
Things that people call me. So I don't think plumber. Sex offender was one.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, as you do. You know.
Yeah.
70s porn star.
Yeah. That was kind of the vibes I was going for.
Fighter pilot from World War II.
Oh, that's better. Like Maverick vibes.
Yeah, I think anything's better than sex offender, let's be honest.
I can think of worse.
Like,
I don't think I can say it on a podcast.
what, pedophile?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. That is a very good point.
Aiden's new nickname, unfortunately. Poor Aiden.
Poor guy.
Why do you bully him so, Tom?
It's just it's just what guys do. You know, me and my flatmates are really bad for it.
You bully me sometimes.
I do, but I know you can give it back and take it. So.
Can
I hope so.
Yeah,
All this time I've been...
All this time, you've been so nasty and mean to me, Tom. So horrible. I feel like we definitely bonded over the fact that we both like the in-betweeners and making like crappy jokes like that when we first met as well.
Yeah, I remember that. Bus wankers.
Yeah. Oh my God, the other day when we walked past the road and that guy laughed so much and we were going, oh, school friend. Oh, friend from school. That was so funny.
Oh, it's just the little things though, isn't
we are
it, really?
absolutely... Oh, sometimes I'm like a teenage boy, I swear. Oh, I think I am anyway. Just a prettier version. Yeah, sometimes you're nice to me.
I don't say most of the time.
Yeah, no, you are. You're very sweet.
Didn't Aiden try to set you up at the bar?
Oh my God, this was awful. This was diabolical. This is so horrible. Do you want to hear it?
Of course I want to hear it.
Right. So we went to Coolings. Big mistake. Went to Coolings. It was tragic. It was just full of like middle-aged men and like a couple of women on like hen parties. And we were both kind of pretty sober at this point. Like I don't drink very much in general. Like and by this point we'd walked around town a bit, so I was feeling like pretty myself. And we went in and I was just like, oh God, this is awful. And Aiden was like, don't worry, I'm going to wingman you. I'm going to set you up with someone. And I was like, Aiden, this is just so I don't have to come back to your house later. And he was like, no. And this guy just started chatting to us. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. And he was okay looking. You know, he was fairly good looking. Not really for me, but each their own. And obviously I can't hear a fucking word he's saying anyway because it's so loud. And he just holds out his hand like up to me. And I'm like, what is he doing? So I high-fived him. Apparently, he wanted to hold my hand and dance, but no, I high-fived him. And not only did I high-five him, I high-fived him 3 times before I realised he wanted to hold my hand. Am I a moron? Aiden was stood in the corner.
Or was he just laughing?
Yeah, Aiden was just facepalm. Like, honestly, it was terrible interaction. And then he went to fist pump me, and I did the snail. I hope you know what that is.
No, go for it.
You have to demonstrate. Put your hand out like a fist bump. I went like that.
Why did you do that? Oh, because you were a bit drunk, weren't you?
A little bit, but not like super.
Oh my God.
I've just got... Stop laughing at me.
Wait, can we do it again? How does it go?
Okay.
Right.
That's the snail.
I don't think I've ever seen that or heard it.
Well, Aiden had heard of it before, but that didn't stop it from being any less cringe than it was.
Yeah, that is pretty cringe.
And then the guy proceeded to twerk, and I was like, no, we've got to go out.
Twerked?
Yeah. Like proper hands and knees. In Coolings. Not even in the downstairs, in the upstairs bit, by the doorway. It was tragic.
That is... Dear God.
So, yeah. I haven't got any moves whatsoever.
Or dance
0.
moves or Riz.
Riz. I have no Riz.
You never rizzed someone up or been up rizzed up someone else?
Nope.
Really?
Not really, no.
Oh.
I'm about to say I'm really conceited here, but sometimes most people just ask me out. I don't know. I just don't have any game. I can't lie to you, Tom.
I don't think that's a bad thing. At least you're getting asked out. I know a lot of friends that have not been asked out.
Yeah, not very often. I don't do very well in clubs because I just don't feel like I can connect. This could sound so cheesy, but I just feel like I'm not really connecting with that person. Like, okay, yeah, they're good looking, but that doesn't mean a lot.
Yeah, you can be good looking, but a bit of a cunt.
Fucking hell, Tom.
Well, that's true though. That is true. Like, there's a lot of people out there really good looking from both genders, and they just happen to have no personality. Which is a shame.
Yeah, I guess for me it's just like the times I've been on. I haven't been out with that many people, haven't been on that many dates, but the times I have, the reason why I like them is because we connect emotionally or there's like good chemistry with that person. I'm not going, oh my God, he's the best looking man in the world, but he's got the personality of a stick. No, it's not going to do it for me. But yeah, how many dates have I been on? Not very many. Went out with a guy from New Zealand once. He was wild.
From New Zealand?
Yeah, he asked me out in the interval of a theatre, like a theatre production in Bristol, and he asked me out during the interval, and it was honestly the most romantic thing. I mean, we didn't work out, obviously, because he's not here.
Wait, so what did he say?
So I sat down in my seat, I was sat behind him, and he kept turning around during the first act to stare at me, and I was like, this is interesting. So I was like, I know what I'm going to do in the interval. I thought it was so clever. I was like, in the interval, I'm going to just go out and stand in the foyer, and, you know, that'll give him, that's his signal to come and follow me and ask me out. And if he doesn't, he's not interested. Okay, so we did that, and he walked straight past me, and I'm like, oh, okay. Clearly, I'm just like an idiot. So I go back and sit next to my mum and my dad, and then he comes back in, sits down in his seat, and then gets up, comes over to me when I'm next to my parents, and asks me out, asked me out right there in front of them. I was like, dude, I gave you an option to do it in private. Nah, he did it straight up.
That is mad. Do you know what? Fair play to him.
We had a really nice date in Bristol. And then, that was about it. Didn't really... he went back to live in London, and I was in sixth form. I was very upset about it, and my mum told the geography teacher that he'd split up with me. This was really weird. We were about to go on a school trip. My mum dropped me off in the morning. I was quite upset, and she said, Mr. Putman, Niah's really upset because she's just been broken up with by a guy. And I'm like, we were barely together. But I was quite upset. And Mr. Putman was like, well, don't worry. We'll set you up with another boy, Niah, and we'll buy you a McDonald's on the way. And he did, in fact, buy me McDonald's.
Oh, that's quite sweet.
What's your favourite? That was not my favourite romantic memory at all. I just thought it was quite funny. But what's a nice romantic moment that you want to share? Or a time you've been asked out?
Ooh.
You probably get asked out all the time, don't you, Tom?
No, I wouldn't say
every day.
No, I wouldn't say every day. God. I've been asked out recently. I think a girl wrote her phone number on a piece of paper and just left it on my laptop.
Did she leave her number? Sorry, her name?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
well, because I bumped into her and I kept speaking to her. But that's obviously when I was in a relationship. What about asked out? I've been asked out in second year by people. I just said no, obviously. No, I didn't. I said yes to someone, and I think I had a lot of respect for having the courage to walk up to me and ask me out. Do you know what? I respect that a lot.
You have to be prepared for rejection. I think that's kind of scary, asking someone out, because you're being like vulnerable in front of them, and ultimately, if they say no, you got to be like, that's cool.
It does hurt, but I think once you get over it, you know, that thing. For the first time, it hurts quite a bit, but eventually it gets better.
The next day you won't even care.
Yeah, exactly.
I love doing I'd love to do cute things where I write my number on a napkin in a coffee shop and I give it to a cute guy. You know, it doesn't always work out, but it's funny. It's sweet. It's very manic pixie dream girl of me.
It's either you'd rather have that thing of, you know, rejection as opposed to regret.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel, but in my opinion, I do think some of the best relationships are when you're like friends with the person first and you've really got to know them and like them for their personality and for who they are, and you like them without all the romance and sex and then become a couple later. I think that's nice too.
That is nice.
Yeah. I think that's quite sweet. Then you feel reassured that they like you for who you are rather than just for what you look like.
Exactly. I like that. I think that's why online dating wouldn't ever work for me. You know? Have you tried it?
In lockdown, because, you know, it was lockdown. It was very difficult to meet anyone. But basically, it was just everyone from my old school who'd come back home because it was lockdown. So it was a bit sad. And nothing ever goes anywhere. It just doesn't. I know people that are in long-term relationships that met on like Tinder and stuff like that, and props to them. It's not for me, but props to you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I want a nice authentic story, and I want something to share with people about how we met. Even if you were just friends before.
I think that is nice. I think that is really sweet.
Yeah. I don't often I don't talk too much about relationships anymore. I feel like in first year we've probably talked about it quite a lot. But are you what's a good way to put it? Do you look back on any of the relationships you've had at uni with regret, or everything that happened sort of taught you something about either yourself or about dating in general? Everything
that happened taught me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't regret it. Even the recent breakup now, I've learned a lot. And I was saying to you before we started, you know, I have started to be more appreciative of the things around me, of my friends and family. Like when you reached out to me, you called me literally when I texted you saying we broke up. You know, I honestly, I think gratitude is one of the most beautiful feelings you can ever get, and having that feeling of people are there for me, you know, it's so fucking amazing to have that, you know. Not everyone gets there. Yeah, but not everyone has that, and it's, you know, it makes me feel so goddamn grateful and lucky to have it, because we all need it. You know, we all need people to be there for us.
Yeah, but you're that person for me as well, so of course I want to be that person for you, you know?
Yeah.
And I know how difficult it is when you're broken up with someone, but to not reach out to people and to not go to your support network and to just like get like stuck in your own thoughts and your own head.
Do you think it's the feeling of dumping it on someone else when they're going, because you'd never know someone else is going for a tough time?
And that's our timer.
It's our timer.
But that's probably not the best place to end it.
No, of course we can talk for a little bit longer.
I'll answer that question. I guess, are you asking about how does it feel when you dump someone else? Is that what you mean?
No, it's like when you're going for a breakup, you don't really want to tell people because they might be going for something worse, and you feel a bit bad for dumping it, sort of thing. Like, I think they call it trauma dumping, don't they? And stuff.
No, I understand. Like, I'm sure you. I don't know if you know Flynn, but
Campus Cinema
Flynn. Yeah,
no, I just make a clap so I know to cut it out.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
This is not live.
No, it's recorded.
Where should I go from?
I'll ask the question again.
Yeah, good idea.
So,
because that whole bit there, like when you asked me the question, I didn't even understand what you were asking.
Yeah, so what I was saying was, do you feel bad for, you know, bringing upon stuff that's happened to you to other people to feel like, just in case they go for something worse, you know, like when you go for a breakup, for example.
Yeah, I understand. Like, when I've broken up with people, like I feel like I reach out to someone like Flynn, for example, and I feel bad about it, especially when I'm on the phone to him for like an hour, just chatting about even stuff that isn't about the breakup. I just need someone to talk to. And I feel a bit like, oh my God, what if I'm really annoying him or I'm being a burden but those like anxious thoughts, you kind of have to let go of, because these people are your friends. Like, they want to be there for you. I know that you'd be there for me if I was upset about something. Even if you're going through something even worse, there's still a part of you that is going to be able to listen to me. Does that make sense?
That does make sense, yeah.
I feel like this is very heavy for a podcast.
Honestly, it always goes quite deep in some of these podcasts I've done. The one I did with Lola recently was very deep as well. And I like that. I think it's nice to have these conversations because it adds more depth, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
As opposed to always...
Surface level
boring conversations.
But also Disney.
But also Disney.
Well, I'm really glad I got to be on the podcast.
I'm very grateful that you came on. Thank you for taking the time.
Even though I was very nervous because, you know...
How are you feeling now?
I feel more comfortable, and I don't know, it's made me feel confident, and that's a good thing. Thank you.
Yeah. So now, before we say goodbye and stuff for the episode, of course, is there anywhere you want people to find you on your socials or anything?
Sure. I don't even know it myself. That's how bad I am with social media. But my Disney Instagram account is Niah, Niah, _never_lands. But that's just if you care about Disney. I guess, yeah. I'm glad I came on the podcast.
Yeah. Niah, thank you. Thank you again.
Thanks, Tom. And let's go get a drink.
See you later.